Hey guys, in my last video, I have shown you how to rebuild OpenAI Deep Research using the approach one I'm showing on the screen for you here. So let me warm it up a little bit for you. Following this structure, the workflow that we build would start with asking the user for the query they want to do the research about. Then it will ask some follow-up questions to clarify the request of the user. Then the user can provide additional information, and then I will have my search query generator agent to generate the search queries it can use. So as you can see, it's still like the same research request, but it's rephrased into multiple research queries that the next agent, the next step, perform online search, can loop through each of these search queries to execute the search using the Tavily and Jina search tools. And then after we have all of these search results ready, I will have another agent to analyze these results, essentially filtering out what information is relevant, what is not, what is the most important, before passing it on to the report generator agent to generate the comprehensive report to respond to the user query. But there is actually another approach we can use to review deep research by OpenAI. And that approach is the approach 2 right here. And in this video, let me show you how you can review deep research by OpenAI on mypad.io using the second approach. Okay. First, let's take a big picture look at how this approach looks like. So the initial steps of this approach is exactly the same as the three first steps of the approach 1. It asks user query, clarify the question, and wait for additional information from the user. But after that, instead of using the loop to loop through each search queries and execute search and then stop there and automatically go to the next step, what we do is we use an evaluator optimizer node to execute this reflection loop, as you can see here. So with this evaluator optimizer node, I will have an agent to execute the search and generate the initial answer, so a summary of all the findings it find. But then I will have an evaluator agent to evaluate the answer and based on a concrete reasoning and to decide whether this initial answer is good enough. If it's not good enough, then it will automatically create another iteration and repeat this process again. So it will search again with all of the new feedback it have received, regenerate the answer, and then wait for the feedback from evaluator agent to see whether it should move on to the generate report step or create another search iteration. And so this is very powerful because with this kind of working mechanism, the AI would work very flexibly, and because it will we don't have to predefine the number of iterations or the number of search queries it needs to do. It will just go ahead with some initial searches, and if it have found all the answers it needs, it will stop this loop, exit this loop, and move on to the report generation step. But if it doesn't, it will keep iterating and iterating until it meets all of the requirements we have about what we consider good research findings. This is different from the loop node that we use in the approach 1. In the loop node, the number of searches we execute would be exactly the number of search queries that the AI generate at first. So if the AI generate 10 queries, it will just execute the exact 10 queries. It will not like execute more search queries afterwards, even if the search results found from the initial queries are deemed not sufficient. So with this kind of evaluator optimizer node, we can establish some sort of a feedback loop for the AI to keep reflecting on its own response and keep working on that until it meets all of the requirements. So let me show you how I build an AI multi-agent workflow on MyPal following this approach. So this is the OpenAI Deep Researcher Replicate number 2 multi-agent workflow I have built. Essentially, the first step is the user query step, very similar to our first version of this deep research workflow. Then I have my query clarification agent to generate follow-up questions and receive additional clarification from the user. So the first 3 steps are exactly the same with the previous AI workflow. Now, in the next step, I actually added this research planner step here. It's not shown in the diagram I have shown you previously. Actually, when I built the first version of this Deep Research Replicate V2, I didn't have this research plan step. But after I tried running it for the first attempt, I found out that this workflow worked better if we have a research planner to think through the problem a little bit first and having an initial plan to get started with the research. So that's why I built this research planner agent to essentially coming up with a research, like the research steps and some recommended queries, etc., so that it can pass on to the next agent on online research to execute the research for us. Now, as you can see, this online research is actually an evaluator optimizer node that is able to self-evaluate output and iteratively improves until meeting all requirements provided by us. And the way I set it up is that I assign the online researcher agent to conduct deep research based on the user query, the clarification, and recommended research plan generated from the previous step here. And this online researcher agent is the exact online researcher agent I use in the V1 of OpenAI Deep Research Replicate in my last video. So there's nothing new here. It's exactly the same, but the difference is that, as you can see in this node, aside from the executor agent to execute the search, I actually have another agent, evaluator agent, and its job is to evaluate the response from this online researcher and decide whether the response from the online researcher is good enough before moving on to the last step, research report generation. We can take a closer look at this research evaluation and strategy refinement agent, so that you can see the prompt I put in here. So this is the system prompt is an advanced reasoning language model specializing in evaluating research results and refining search strategies. And the guidelines I wanted to do is like this. It will first evaluate the research results for their relevance, credibility, completeness, identify missing information, etc., and determine the next steps. So if everything is enough, it will just stop the search iterations and move to the next step. If it's not enough, then based on the gaps identified, it will refine and expand on the research focus, then suggest additional search directions or alternative sources to explore, and propose adjustments to search strategies, etc. And then it will suggest an updated research plan as well. So this will help guide for the next search iteration. So that's basically it, how I set up the evaluator agent. And after this evaluator optimizer node has taken all the iterations it needs to arrive to the final result, it will pass that search result to this research report generation agent to create a detailed research report to answer the original query by the user. So based on the research findings from the evaluator optimizer node. Actually, I think I should add the user query in this case. Okay, so to be quick, let me just go to this step, then copy all of these mentions and put it here. So the purpose is for this research results report generator agent to have all of the information it needs in order to generate a helpful and thorough report. Now, this is the setup of my AI workflow. Let's run this workflow to see how it works. I can start a new run here, and I will take the one of the sample search queries from OpenAI Deep Research Introduction blog post. Okay, let's just go with this, a general knowledge query. I will paste it here, continue, and the first step is asking follow-up questions. It will ask some follow-up questions to clarify my query about everything like statistics or my expectations or things like that. I don't have any expectations. I'm exploring, so just go with NA for now. And then I have my research planner to come up with a research plan. It expanded on the initial query. It identified key research areas, the research steps. So what kind of process we can follow, going from gather the average retirement age to comparing to investigate historical trends, etc. And then it passed this research plan to my online research step. And as you can see, this online researcher is asking all of these queries on the internet, and all of these queries are taken from the previous research plan step. And this is the results. So this is the initial results, and my evaluator agent decided that its decision is this result didn't pass the evaluation criteria, and this is a feedback for the first iteration results. And then based on this feedback, this online researcher do the research again here. Now with all the updated queries, and then it generate the results again. And the decision in this case is passed, and this is the reason. So because this second iteration passed all the evaluation criteria, it passed that result to the research report here to generate the final report. And yeah, so this is some final report as you can see here. So the average retirement age is 29.02, etc. And it includes all of the information from the original research plan, average retirement age, comparison with all NFL players, historical or recent data, trends, factors influencing retirement age, and any notable kickers and their retirement age here. Yeah, so that's how this AI workflow works. My favorite thing about this AI workflow is for its ability to reflect on its output and plan for the next iteration, and it will keep it will keep iterating on its output until it meets all of the requirements. This is very interesting because the way we do research is also like a non-linear process. We don't start with a list of search queries, we complete all the search queries and we stop. We actually like have an initial list of search queries, we do all these search queries, but then if we found that the initial search queries are not sufficient, we actually resume the repeat the research process again, this time with all the updated search queries and strategies that we have learned from the last iteration. So I will leave the link to try this OpenAI Deep Research Replicate 2 in the video description for you to try. If you want to build an AI workflow like this, you can go to mypad.io to try. Okay? See you in another video.